So when one of my daughters reached about 19 years old, she came to me and she said, Abba, do you think it would be possible for me to ever find a man who's never viewed pornography? What a tough question, and what my response was, I really hope you'll be able to find a man and build a relationship with somebody who's not addicted to pornography. Finding someone who's never viewed pornography is going to be really difficult in this world. But it's my pleasure and honor to introduce you today to Moshe Weiss, who's doing exactly that, helping families and homes around the world protect themselves against infiltration of pornography through an amazing product called Canopy. But before we talk about Canopy, maybe you can just share a little bit of your motivation. What caused you to get engaged in this area?
Well, sometimes I think about it, what the question. We started our activities here in Israel about 14 years ago. And I think what was it when I was approached by communal leaders, and it was labeled to me as existential threat to our society.
Existential threat?
Correct. That, here are your values and traditions, which you protect for thousands of years, and family values that you want to give up. And now, well, when the world of internet came, we didn't realize, the tremendous benefit, but the downside of it, and what else came along with it into homes, which till now would be unheard of. If it was suddenly now in everyone's living room, dining room, kids through Google search are getting to whatever they're getting to. So as a child, my parents are Holocaust survivors, and I know what it means. I know what it means to be an existential threat, where all your fruits and labor you put in for years to see the future of your family going forward are now challenged. So we, about 14 years ago, put together a team of people, some really high-tech tap people who work day and night, literally day and night. We set up an ISP here in Israel, which today is for a nice portion of the religious side of Israel, or even all the schools in Israel are now on our technologies, smartphones, laptops. And we've created a standard, a social standard in Israel where you have the world of internet, but you've created an environment which is based on what the values which you want to have in your home. So right. Parents are now feeling they're not threatened by this box in my house, but it's actually in cohesion with the value which I want to live with in my home. Right. So parents are feeling safer giving their kids a smartphone, as opposed to 5-6 years ago. It's like a challenge. I'm giving you a smartphone, but now you're going to be challenged. We have to get into discussion, and that is what's going on around the world right now.
So let's talk about Canopy, because I've tried these filter things in the past. Honestly, a few years ago, I wanted my home to be free from any pornographic content and everything. Put one of these filters on the home, but it blocked out everything. Like it overblocked by no access to YouTube, or TikTok and so on and so forth. So there's a huge lobby was created in my home. Hey, Dad, don't worry, we'll be responsible and everything, but could you please remove the filter? So how have you dealt with that issue?
Okay, so first of all, this was the challenge, that we knew that it will be overblocked or underblocked, and you're not doing the service. And again, it's not, we want it to be 100%, but over the years, and now we're 99 point whatever percent, the content is we don't want, you want to create something which deals with mixed content. So in areas like you mentioned, YouTube and other social media and stuff, again, kids can waste a lot of time and be beneficial as well, but you don't want them watching things which are things which are of.
Well, I think it's been scientifically proven that pornography is physically addictive, right? It's releasing endorphins in your mind.
I'm sorry, it's stealing from their children their childhood, right. The ability to have children enjoy their nature as children, as teenagers, and today we have a big problem of over-sexualization of children. Right. Things which we left over for a little bit later are suddenly dealing with and ruins their lives.
Or a lot later, right? You have 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds addicted to pornography today, and it's just, it's...
So what's happened here in Israel is that because of technology, it has enabled teenagers, parents, to say, this is the internet that I would like to have on my phone, and this is what I don't want, and I can easily, decide how I want that. And parents have the comfort and the security that they're fulfilling their responsibility as parents, that they gave their child his phone, and the kid's not going to be used that to take him off to a tangent.
So I get on my daughter's iPhone. One of my daughters, my youngest is 12 years old right now. I get on her iPhone. I download your app, Can she remove it?
It's about the eight. So first of all, the way we've created it is that it's something which parents and children do together.
Okay.
So you download something on your own phone and her phone, and the answer is no. Okay.
She can't remove it without my permission.
Yeah. There's something which it's something which parents and kids need to do together. Like a lot of things which parents and children do together. Yeah. Other areas which parenting requires us to do things together with our children, not as a matter of control or matter of calling the shots, but we want to educate our children in helping them how to use technology.
So as a father, this almost sounds too good to be true. So you're cutting out, pornography, extreme violence, and gambling, and not blocking the other wholesome content that's coming through. And it's a solution that can't be removed. So if I put this on my daughter's cell phone, it's going to be there for good. It's amazing. So what do I do? Do I go to Canopy's website? I Google Canopy.
Correct.
Go there. Okay.
And again, we designed it as easy. It takes a few minutes to download it and set things up. And yes, it is an effort for parents to understand the systems and technologies. It's an investment of 10 minutes, 15 minutes. But once you've got it set it up, it'll give you a peace of mind for many years afterwards that your child is on the road of using technology where it's a benefit, not a threat to him.
Yeah.
And I think one of the things that we take pride that in this concept that the state of Israel in the past 10 years has created the best technologies in protecting children from pornography. We did it. God gave us the blessing. We have hundreds of thousands of users, whether it's smartphones, whether it's laptops, libraries, school systems, parents bless us, teachers bless us, and the kids bless us because they feel comfortable that they have something which they can use. Here in Israel, we also were able to bring the world of internet, even to the religious societies who shunned away from internet. Now that they're able to deal with internet, it's now becoming possible in the extreme religious communities or the ultra-religious communities now have access to internet because of our technologies.
This is amazing. I mean, we in the Arise community, we talk a lot about Israel being a light to the nations, and through innovation, through technology. It's hard for me to think of a more important technology than technology that protects families. Most of our viewers really put a lot of emphasis and importance on family values, but it's not always easy in today's world of technology to actually live according to the values that you believe in. And I guess you're empowering parents to do that, which...
But we feel blessed and merited. We had the merit. I'm honest, in the course of my lifetime, this is something which we really created something very special for the state of Israel. It became a standard, a social standard here in Israel. Internet by many, many families, population, their home doesn't have pornography in the home. The smartphones, and there's more usage now of smartphones than these laptops. But all teenagers have smartphones, and you see the sign of a filtered smartphone. It's become a standard because of the students, because they understand that this, like he does his mitzvot, he keeps his commandments from his religion. It's part of his system that he'd like to have the boys and girls want to have a filtered smart, and that's success because the next generation, they carry the torch of their values and their heritage, and I think it's up to parents and leaderships of communities to instill that kids should want to. You don't want to force the kids. When I talk to students, I don't think it should be forced. Guys, let's discuss it. What do you call the shots? What kind of world do you want to create? Right. And we say it for parents. And if it's done, that's one of the reasons why we call it a canopy, is that a canopy resembles when we get married in the Jewish community a chuppah, okay, and it's the unison of a bride and a groom and a commitment and a religious leader and the parents, and together we create a home. It's connection of parts. And that's the way it should be here as well. It's not a matter of controlling or internet filters or internet controlling. It's a canopy. It's up to the young teenager and the mother and the father to discuss it. And what would I like to do as an adult? What do I want to have in my home? And I have many times where it sounds funny when I tell the parents, you want to protect your kids, and the father says, "Forget about my kids. I need it. I want to protect myself." And the husband, and the wife, and my husband, he needs it as well. It's a joke. We laugh, but that's what we've created. We've created a dialogue. And 10 years ago, when impossible. It's not, it's possible. We have hundreds of thousands of families who are using this and are happy,
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. So what's your vision, Moshe? It's, 5 or 10 years down the road, what kind of world, what do you hope the effect, the impact of Canopy will be on the world?
Look, I grew up in America. I love America.
Right.
America gave my parents a home after World War II, and I appreciate United States of America. It gave us freedom, the values of Declaration of Independence, of freedom and life and liberty. Great. At the same time, I think there's a statement here that when you will have millions of parents, tens of millions of parents saying that this is our home, this is our lifestyle, this is our children, it'll obligate big tech and the various mobile carriers to appreciate that it's not just a matter of selling us content, but there has to be some type of a serious effort in creating an environment in our home and respecting parents and children, letting them have their childhood, letting families be families. Now, I'm not talking about censorship, but there should be an ability, easy, user-friendly for parents to be user-friendly protecting their homes.
So your goal is to get enough families to buy into this, that the big tech and industry behind pornography and everything is being pushed our way, has to pay attention to it and either regulate or change what they're doing.
Yeah, respectful.
Self-regulate.
Yeah, we're not talking about restrictive societies. We're talking about being respectful to families who are based their families on basic traditions, who would like to protect their home. When parents are out of home, they want the kids to come home and not go where they shouldn't be going. There should be it should be fair game for parents to be able to protect their homes.
Yeah, I love that word respect, because the whole pornography industry does the opposite of respect. Not just disrespecting families, but disrespecting the people who participate in that. Stripping them of their humanity and chewing them up and spitting them out in a terrible industry that destroys lives. So more power to you. Now, okay, how do we get to tens of millions of homes with this solution?
Look, if you want to do a case study in Israel, it starts by by one person at a time taking responsibility on his own family.
Yeah.
It takes one principal of one school to take it as an educational topic, to bring it to the school board. Yeah. Parents talking about it, mothers, caring mothers, mother groups here in Israel. And you won't find any which mother doesn't want to protect their child from pornography. Basic. And it has to become a topic where parents take it serious. And in the beginning we were like, it's impossible. We've done it. It's not impossible. It's just a matter of people caring and making it happen. And that is why I appreciate you invited us to come here, because it's a mission. I believe that what we've created in Israel is a role model. From Zion, Kimitzi and Teitza Torah. It's like Torah comes from Zion to our brothers around the world, brothers around, in those who cherish family values and cherish the values of family. We got to take this topic serious, because it's our future.
Yeah, I love that, and I want to challenge the Arise community. I know that you share our values in strong families and educating our children, protecting our children's values. Let's as a community embrace the solution. Let's go to the website of Canopy and download this software to protect the computers in our homes. Everybody who's watching this video, you should care about this issue. The internet is not a good place for your kids to receive sex education. That's an understatement. And so let's go to the website. We'll put it right here in the video. You can find it also in the text underneath the video. Go there, get the software, and then tell your friends about it, because I can't think of many technologies that are more important than this one. So thank you, and more power to you.
Shalom.
Shalom, shalom. My great-grandfather, Abraham Myers, was a Jewish businessman from Darmstadt, Germany. Unfortunately, Darmstadt was the first city that was boycotted by the Third Reich when they were calling to boycott all Jewish-owned businesses in order to cripple the economy of this community. We created Arise to make sure that that will never happen again. As anti-Semitic voices are rising once again around the world, and there's even this insidious campaign calling to boycott Israel, boycott Israeli companies, to isolate our economy, we want to do the opposite. We invite you to join our alliance and to help us by standing against these lies, spreading the truth about Israel, combating anti-Semitism, and creating more connectedness between the Israeli economy and the international community, which will just create security for Israel's future. Please sign up today to become a member of the Arise Alliance. Thank you so much.